Hello, and welcome to Christmas Crafts 365. Clothespins, a common household item that we normally use to hang out our laundry. But what if I told you you could turn these ordinary items into adorable Christmas ornaments? For ornament number 1, I needed to measure the width of the clothespin, so I marked that on my ruler because I'm going to be covering these with scrapbook paper. Here are the selection of scrapbook papers that I picked out with some stickers as embellishments. I also marked the correct measurement on my Fiskars paper cutter and started to cut out thin strips for each of the colors. I'm going to be selling these in sets of 3. 2 of the clothespins will have the same paper, whereas the third will have a different paper but is still cohesive to the theme. So I picked out a plaid paper for 2 of them and this nice red burgundy color for the third. I'm using Mod Podge to apply a thin coat to the top of each clothespin and just applying the paper to the top and rubbing it really well with my fingers, making sure that it sticks. The excess on the bottom I just need to snip off with my scissors, and these ornaments were so easy and so fun to make. I was actually surprised at how much I liked making these. It was just a nice break from painting a lot of different things, using paper, and it's so quick. That's what's so great about it. You don't always want to make an ornament that takes you 30 minutes, 40 minutes to an hour to make. It's really refreshing to have something so quick and fun. These little stickers that I'm using are going to go at the top of each, and even though they have a sticker on the back, I do hot glue them to the top to make sure that they are really stuck well. I do plan on selling these, and I don't want anything to fall apart or rip at the craft show. I chose these 2 little pine cones for the plaid paper and a little squirrel for the red one. I thought these looked really well and matched. And here are these 3 completed ornaments, and if you're wondering how these go on the tree, you just squeeze them like a normal clothespin, pick out a branch and stick them on, and they stick up from the branch and are very, very cute. Because these were so easy, I ended up making 18 of these, and it only took me about half an hour to make all of them. For the second ornament, I'm going to be making a toy soldier or a nutcracker. You can decide which one you think it looks like. I'm going to be making 2 different styles of these, one red and one green. And if you are interested in these ornaments, I also have vintage clothespins that are a different shape and size. So if you are liking these and would like to see more, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so that you can keep up to date with all the different ornaments that I'm making. After painting the face, hat, and coat, I added black to the bottom for the toy soldier's boots. I then ended up painting the side and the back of the clothespin. I really don't think you need to do this step. It was not really that much fun painting in all those little crevices and having to paint it a couple times, but I think it ended up turning out okay. I then drew a little line down the middle of the legs to show the separation of the legs, a belt in the middle with my black paint pen. I also added a little more detail to the shoes with my red paint pen, just showing the separation of the legs again and the top of the feet. I added a black brim to the hat of the toy soldier, and then drew the face, a very simple face, just 2 eyes and a mustache. After finishing all the details with the black, I used my gold metallic posca paint pen to add a few details, some lines at the top of the shoes, a feather in his hat, and then this is where I kind of made a little mistake. The paint pen for some reason was very runny and wanted to kind of ooze and drip down the front of his body, so I ended up having to wipe that off and paint over the top of it. I decided to add a little belt buckle, and that worked out fine, and for the details on the front of the coat, I used a yellow paint pen, which worked out a million times better. I added 3 buttons down both sides and a little string across the front of the coat. After the paint pen had dried, I added a little bit more detail with my black just to make that belt buckle stand out a little bit more. And here is the finished red one. Now the green toy soldier is very similar to the red one, but I still wanted to show you the process and how they're slightly different. I just changed some of the details with the gold paint pen and also the yellow one on the front of the toy soldier's outfit. If you're considering this to be a nutcracker instead of toy soldier, I know that nutcrackers are not everybody's cup of tea. As a matter of fact, I don't really like them that much. I find their teeth to be a little bit creepy. But we do have some people that come into our booth space looking specifically for nutcrackers, so it's always great to branch out and do things that might not always be your favorite. Here are the final clothespins that I made. I ended up making 10 of each because I think they're going to be really popular, and I hope you like them as well. For the third and final ornament, I went with a snowman. I painted the entire clothespin white and used my paint pen to add simple eyes, a simple mouth, and then of course an orange carrot nose. Now I have actually made these in the past and they do sell very well, so if you're interested in making these for your craft show, I would recommend making them. I think they're a cute little addition. I also added a little scarf to the front using this red and white checked ribbon, and of course you know that you can use whatever color ribbon you want. I've done pink and white, dark blue and white, light blue and white, green and white. You can use whatever ribbon you like. I also ended up tying this ribbon twice to make sure it was nice and secured, and then just trimmed up the ends to make it the correct length. And for the final finishing touch, I just added a few little simple buttons down the front of the snowman. And here are my 3 finished products. Tell me in the comments down below which one's your favorite. I think mine is the little toy soldier, and my second favorite would probably be the ones with the scrapbook paper. If you love Christmas, check out some of my other videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.